Obviously it's our second day in a row, so learnt a fair bit, run for all our pit stops, driver changes, all that sort of thing. So it's been really productive. I think we've got a lot of data to sort of look through before Sandown that should hopefully put us in good stead. But yeah, as far as test days go, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It's like obviously the second year now for us being part of the Super Cheap Auto Wildcard. Declan was a lot of fun last year. Zane sort of stepped it up a little bit, to be honest, because he sort of knows what he's walking into, so he's a little bit more comfortable. He's sort of understanding the enormity of Bathurst, but of course this year we've got Sandown, so we've got a bit of a lead in, got a bit of an opportunity to to really fine tune it. We've done as much as we can over the last 2 days here at Queensland Raceway. Getting in and out of these cars, they've been talking about how difficult they are. I can test that now. They're not as easy as last year's, but look, it's the same for everyone, and they're the things where it's going to make the fundamental difference when it comes to racing, is getting all those small little things right.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. As far as like a duo, it's been awesome working with them both. Everyone at Supercheap's super passionate about their racing and really makes you feel like part of the family, so that's been great. Every event that we've gone to, it's really been a really enjoyable experience, and same working with Craig. He's obviously got a bank of knowledge, he's super fast, and there's so much that I can learn from him. So yeah, I've been picking his brain as the year's been going on, but obviously this is the crunch time now, I guess, is where we actually race and see where we stack up compared to everyone else. So looking forward to seeing how that goes.
What I've done is I put the unicorn on the back of Zane's drive car, his Silverado. It's nicely deckled up there, you can just sort of see it hopefully. So I put a little unicorn behind him, and it took him a day or two to realise that I'm sort of still travelling with him everywhere he goes. I think that one thing that Supercheap do is bring a bit of fun and, as you said, a bit of enjoyment into the sport we take so seriously, because it is a serious business at the end of the day. But Supercheap are light-hearted. They want to have a bit of fun with it all, and doing that ad was actually quite hilarious in a lot of ways, because Zane and I, we were literally walking around a store just grabbing things and putting it in a basket, and he was my lackey, he was my little donkey. I just kept feeding up his basket and he kept carrying it.
Were there customers in the store?
Yeah, we were greeting them as they were coming in. They were wanting photos. We were serving them at one point. I think Declan was actually taking a customer to the batteries zone down the back. So yeah, we're having a lot of fun. The car's been really good. I think because we've had 2 days. So yesterday we just sort of went through some paces of setups and everything else. We actually came out of yesterday with a bit of a list of what we wanted to achieve today, which is actually really good. So we had 2 solid days of just perfecting. So today was about fine-tuning things. Zane's still out there running around, and really he's, as I said, grabbed hold of this whole program extremely well. He's loving the car. We had the same feedback, which is really good. Very well matched inside the car, so that's really good. Wes McDougall, the engineer, he's really calm on the radio, really methodical. And today, I'll walk away from today really positive, heading into Sandown 500.
Did you do any standing starts today?
I did a couple today, I did a couple yesterday. I think 50-50 both days. Yesterday the first one was bad, the second one was good. Today the first one was good, the second one was bad. So round 3 will be Sandown. Hopefully they're both really good, depending on where we are. I don't know what's going to happen, but I've actually said to Zane, it doesn't matter who qualifies, who starts. It really, at the end of the day, the whole program is about promoting young people. We've got Zane in the car this year. Supercheap just want to have a great result. I've already said to Zane, last year Declan and I finished 8th at Bathurst, so there's our goalpost. We want to move it forward to number 1. His eyes were like dinner plates. I actually said to him, I want to be on the podium. So not just be 8th or better, I want to be on the podium. But he takes it in his stride. I think the first test day, he was a little bit sort of just taking everything in like a sponge. And test 2, and then yesterday and today, he's just jumped on board, and he really fits in well.
Yeah, a lot of different things. I think a lot of the learning is going to actually happen on the weekend, especially just the build-up and all that sort of stuff. As far as the actual race goes, there's definitely going to be things to learn, but just being in the right position to, nutrition-wise and being in a good state, I guess health-wise, going into the race and all that sort of stuff, how to sort of allocate time for commitments and everything. He's done it so many times and he does it so well. So, yeah, just picking his brain with that sort of stuff. Going into it, I don't know what I'm going to learn from him. Obviously, that's part of it, but I expect to pick up a lot of things.
I think we're all prepared. I think all the drivers have had many miles in the cars this year. They all sort of understand what's going on. As I said, Sandown is a good lead-in. I think we'll all come out of Sandown much wiser about an endurance spec of the cars, and we'll go to Bathurst with a much better understanding. But I think that if we do longer stints, it's really going to be great. I think the physicality of Bathurst I love it. I love that part because it's getting in out of the cars, recovering, regrouping, getting back in. Strategy always plays a big part. And really for me, if we can qualify in the top 10 or thereabouts, I think last year we qualified 16th. So it's not about where you qualify necessarily. It's about having a fast car in that last hour of the race.